The Gibeonites did not want money or possessions. What they wanted was atonement. They said, no, we do not accept Bitcoin. PayPal won't work. Cash isn't going to do it. We want atonement. We want the injustice paid for. You got to solve the injustice. So what they do, they ask for 7 of Saul's sons to be hung. And that would satisfy justice for them. Look at verse 11. When it was told that David, what Rizpah, the daughter of Ai, the concubine of Saul, had done, David went back and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, gathered the bones of the people who were hung, and then went and buried them in Saul's father's grave, the family grave, and put Saul and Jonathan to rest finally, and his descendants to rest. Something takes place here. David, when he hears about Rizpah, Rizpah is out there day and night making sure birds and animals don't get her kids. I mean, man, can you feel that? The mom is out there tending her dead children. And it says that she's out there doing this until it rained. What did rain mean? It meant the end of the famine. The famine is there's no rain. This is the problem. And so she is out there and she's making sure that the cost means something. That it wasn't in vain. That she didn't lose 2 of her sons in vain. That Saul's household is not cut off in vain, that it means something. And she's going to make sure that the result of what it's supposed to be takes place. And so she's going to be out there making sure that nobody can erase, not even the animals, the cost. And she's out there until it rains. And when it rains, what's it mean? It means there was meaning in the loss of her children. It means that the curse has been broken. It means that their prayers are being answered. It's the picture of an intercessor that it's cost something to. Man, it is the, oh, man, I have so many stories, and it is year after year. Dakota Sioux riding on horseback 300 miles to come to Mankato, praying the entire time for reconciliation, and arriving in the place where their descendants, 38 plus 2 of them, were hung. Praying for reconciliation between peoples. It's the cost and staying the course and making sure that what it cost means something. Is what you have lost have meaning? Is what you have lost the cost that you've paid to get where you're at? Has it found fulfillment yet? If not, then you should stay out there holding on to it, because God will follow through on his end of the deal. Your intercession matters. You're holding to it. Oh, man. And when David heard about it, it triggered something in him, and he went, oh, Saul's family does not have resolution for when Saul and Jonathan were killed in battle. We got to bring this whole chapter to a close. The people need to find peace. We need to settle all of this. And so he goes and he gets the remains and brings them to his father's household. We have a holistic moment that brings an end to the broken covenant. There's atonement made, and we reconcile a family and bring a close to it. And then it says, after all these things, then the prayers worked. Because something had to be set right before. I am in no way, in zero way, I am in no way suggesting that we round up the descendants of those who wrote and broke covenants to the Native Americans. Wouldn't fix anything anyway. I'm in no way suggesting that we round up the captains of slave ships. We're not going to find justice in that. It's not the day that we're in. But I am in every way suggesting that we live in a land with some unresolved issues. Anybody else can agree with that? We got some unresolved issues. And time is not going to make them go away. Time, 40 generations passed between Joshua and Saul. 40. Time ain't going to heal this thing. We have to do something. We're part of this process. There's an invitation. Why? Because you are representatives of heaven. And the key, as is always, when injustice has taken place, the person who experienced the injustice, they're carrying a weight, a painful weight. Injustice is a cross no one should bear. Injustice is a horrible thing to lug around with you for a lifetime. Time doesn't fix it. It travels through families. Injustice does. It gets passed on. It's not because people are so bitter and they're retelling terrible stories. No. The injustice exists, and the injustice is supposed to find justice. This doesn't go away. It's real. How do we bring atonement is the thing that we need to draw our attention to. The sin of man and the breaking of covenant and all these kind of things, there's only one true and honest and real solution. It's that Jesus' blood speaks a better word. It's that what he paid brings about full atonement. You and I have received mercy. We're to give mercy. I want you to recognize a couple of things here. First, the person who gets to decide when something is resolved is the one who is injured, not the perpetrator, and certainly not an outsider. Remove this phrase from your vocabulary. Come on, you just got to get over it. Remove it. Get rid of it. Christians don't talk like that. We don't talk like that. Get over it. Just move on. No. Your God doesn't behave like that. Either should you. Amen, Pastor Jamey. All right. Man, I'm going to go home and look myself in a mirror and be like encouraging myself after this one. You did a great job today. Thank you. Oh, come on. No. Hey, I've said this. No. It don't count. It doesn't count. All right, second, okay? First, person who gets to decide when the thing is done is the one who got violated, not the people who violated. All right, here we go. Second, the person who suffered the injustice often holds the keys to remove the consequences that they themselves are experiencing. Okay, when you carry an injustice around, it's like cancer. Eats away at you. You never can solve it. There's nothing you can do to get rid of it. It's like a weight. Okay, and so if you're carrying around injustice, now this is a tricky demon. This one is a tricky demon. Okay, you should hear me. Christians think that carrying injustice around is an assignment from God. A lot of Christians believe that. It's a burden from the Lord. No, it ain't. It's a demonic lie, and you should let it go. I'm serious. That one will kill you. It ain't yours to carry. Someone paid a price for that. You should let it go. All right? Okay, it's not yours to carry. The person who suffered the injustice holds the keys. This is important to recognize because when a person is a victim, if they don't realize that they hold the key, they'll have a victim spirit that will invalidate anything everyone else does. Right? So you stay sick instead of getting cured. It's no good. But let me tell you, man, if someone's stuck under that thing, the last thing they need to hear is, come on, just get over it. Nah. You're not helping anything. Third, the cost of injustice is far-reaching. It is carried by families for generations. The land and the people affected by injustice don't just go away over time. Injustice needs to be addressed, not ignored. It takes real talk. Now, this is what I am extremely encouraged about this generation. Okay, the young ones. The young ones want to talk. It's a social generation. Social generation. I am deeply encouraged by this because a solution, a real one, is going to appear in the midst of the next generation. As soon as we can pry authority out of the hands of the ones that refuse to.